Mystic ancient secrets can all be answered when you ask the mystic access guru. That is I, the great exalted one. I have come across 3 astral projections through the god plane and the hero metamorphosis to give you the knowledge you deserve.
Hello, hello. Hey, Cygnus. How are you doing? So, we're going to go over Kaleb. I don't know if I've reviewed this dumb fuck yet, but we're going to do it. And he's supposed to have had a debate with Bob the Science Guy, but I can't find that debate anywhere. If anybody knows the a link to that debate, can you post it?
I have to be done. I have to be done watching this YouTube video. I'm getting really mad about this.
Yeah, he's a fucking Nazi piece of shit.
I'm gonna throw up a couple pictures for you guys. This is definitely a video you should stay for till the end. I don't even know where I'm gonna go with this. First, I'm gonna show you this. This is a horseshoe magnet. Basically, the poles, you can see the poles, the vortex going around them. The closer you put those two together, the stronger.
No, it's not a vortex. You don't know what a fucking vortex is.
Longer they get for some reason, okay? I'm not claiming to know all this. I'm putting this out so that people can, maybe someone does know about.
Oh, I'm not claiming to know this, but you are claiming to know this because you say everyone who does know about it is wrong.
About this, and they'll make something. I don't know. This is bullshit. Okay, predictive programming right here. You saw the last shape. You saw this shape.
Yeah, that's an arch. Yeah, that's a fucking arch. Has nothing to do with a fucking horseshoe magnet other than the shape of it.
Why does this shape seem to pop up all over the world? I'm really getting mad. I'm starting.
Because that's an arch. It's an architectural structure, you dumb fuck.
To get frustrated. I'm really frustrated right now. I'm getting mad. I'm not joking.
Yeah, you're getting frustrated because you're dumb as dog shit and you don't understand anything. That's why you're frustrated.
I'm smiling, but I'm getting pissed. And before I show you...
Hey, how about spitting the gum out of your mouth before you start talking, motherfucker? Huh? No one wants to see a piece of gum in the side of a person's teeth. Think the debate is on what WhatsApp channel, is it? WhatsApp. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I don't have WhatsApp, so I'll have to look for it.
The rest I'm just gonna show you a couple pictures.
I like how he does this. Like he's stroking his chin because he's wise. This fucking clown piece of shit.
But if these are some type of free energy thing and we just got rid of it and we are paying money for electricity right now and shit.
Yeah, and shit. Yeah, free energy doesn't exist and shit. And no, that's an arch and shit.
I'm gonna be really mad. That's why I'm done watching the video for the day. If you want the video though, I'll give it to you. It's 5 hours long. It's gonna make you really mad. If my videos, what I'm showing you is waking you up and making you mad, oh, you don't even want to see the video. But
no, you just make me mad because you're a fucking piece of shit. That's why you make me mad. Because you're a dumb fuck.
if you want it, I'll start copy and pasting it into people's comments that want it. So just let me know. Back to the predictive programming. This is a totally separate place.
Yeah, and that's an arch. Has nothing to do with magnetism. Absolutely fucking nothing.
Very similar. Totally separate place. Very similar. Don't even care. Why is it so similar?
Because that's architecture, dumb fuck.
Where? Why? Who? Oh yeah, I know. The Freemasons at the top. The music industry. All those people. They're hiding it.
Oh, okay. So the music industry and the Freemasons are hiding the fact that that looks like a magnet. Hey, Bad Moon.
That looks
If anybody can find the link to that debate, post it, please.
really similar. Wow, they built it's like they, all the cars driving around in a circle around it, and the city seems to be built around it.
No, let's see. When was the Arc de Triomphe built? The Arc de Triomphe was built in 1806. When was France? Well, that's not going to give me anything. France's origins as a distinct entity date back to the Treaty of Verdun in 843, which split the Frankish Empire in. So, when was France built? Yeah, so France goes back to 843, and yeah, those roads were built long before 1806. Dumb fuck.
What?
Oh, by the way, remember this forehead. Remember this forehead.
What am I finding out right now? Seriously. What is going on in this realm? I'm not joking. I'm seriously, like, what?
Oh, we don't live in a realm. We live on a planet, dumb fuck.
What? So, I think we should all do a little more thinking.
You first, motherfucker.
In the comments and in your own brain. And maybe make a video about it. I don't know. I shouldn't be the only one exposing all of this. Am I the only one connecting the dots?
You're not connecting any dots, dumb fuck. So here's a whole bunch of them. Are you saying all these are magnets? Are you saying that if I go into this building here with all these fucking archways, that a magnetic compass will be disturbed in any way? Is that what you're saying, stupid?
Really? 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 Hopefully somebody just knows what to do with this information. Help.
There's no information to do anything with, idiot. A magnet and an archway are two completely different fucking things that have absolutely nothing to do with each other.
Help the world, please.
This guy's a dumb shithead, isn't he? And I'm going through his videos in order, oldest to newest. So, and these are just the videos on his YouTube channel.
Guys, everyone seems so confused about our solar system, so...
No, nobody's confused about our solar system except for you, dumb fuck.
I'm gonna clear it up for everybody real quick. So, you've probably been indoctrinated to think this, right? This kind of looks like...
No, nobody's indoctrinated into thinking this. And this is grossly out of scale.
a non-moving, like just chill. The craziest part is the sun's not just sitting there. It's actually going through space at Mach 88.
Mach 88 compared to what? What is that is that ground speed that it's moving at? Is that what you're saying, that it's moving at Mach 88 ground speed? Because, we don't measure the planet's movement in fucking ground speed, you idiot.
Translate that into miles.
And see everything else on that in this picture? Everything is moving at Mach 88, dumb fuck. Everything, all of it.
Per hour, that's like 500,000 miles an hour. And we're just being corkscrewed through space because of gravity. Wow. This is what it looks like, guys. So
No, that's not what it looks like.
You've got to mix this, and let me know, look at the lines. That kind of tells you how it's going, you know, if you don't know what's going on here, if it's just blowing your mind. And a lot of people don't seem to get this when I show this kind of stuff, but just follow the lines. It'll show you what planet's doing what. But yeah, one of those planets is supposedly Earth, and Mars, and a couple others. So yeah, you've got to mix that image with this image. So you've got to understand, they're just like, wow, they're really throwing you through a loop when they show you this shit. It's super lame.
So all he has is just, oh, I don't know anything, and laughter. That's all he has. That's the only evidence. The only thing he brings to the table is sarcastic laughter and I don't know anything. Someone help me.
We explore everything but space. Have you ever even watched a video of it?
I just
Have
started.
you ever looked up
here
Elon
we
Musk's
go.
space launch? Just anything? Have you done any research, people? They go up, and then they go out.
Yeah, we have done research. You haven't. You haven't.
Out to sea.
That's why you think this stupid shit.
Usually the Bermuda Triangle, people say, but I can't confirm, but I believe it. You know,
Of course you believe it. You're a fucking retard.
dumping shit out there.
Of course you believe
Nobody
it.
likes it out there, you know. You probably think that the ISS is up there, you know, doing this. Orbiting
Yeah, you can measure it. You can track the ISS and measure how fast it's going, asshole. Did you know that?
us. Seriously. Like, seriously. Seriously. And then I'll have people in my comments saying, I can see it with my telescope. Really?
Yeah, really. Yes, you can see it with your telescope. Absolutely.
Really, dude? So you believe in gravity?
Yeah. Yes, we believe in gravity because we're adults.
How heavy do you think that hunk of metal is? Do you
It's pretty heavy. That's why it has to go 17,500 miles an hour to achieve a fucking orbit, dumb fuck.
see any engines on that thing keeping it up?
No, but I see the conservation of angular momentum keeping it up because that's how physics works. That's how orbits work.
You know, the gravity's so strong, it keeps, like, you people make no sense. If gravity's so strong, it condensed all the matter into a ball, why doesn't it pull this hunk of metal back down to the ground? Nobody
It is pulling that hunk of metal down to the ground. That's why it's going sideways at 17,500 miles an hour, motherfucker. That's how fucking orbits work. Jesus Christ, this guy's dumb as dog shit.
It is
I really had no fucking idea. How do orbits work?
So imagine on the tallest mountain on planet Earth, we put a big cannon there, and let's assume that this cannon can shoot objects really, really fast, okay? So we fire the cannonball, and it goes pretty far, and it comes down and hits the planet. So it is still in free fall the whole time, but it's not gonna make it all the way around the Earth. Now imagine we speed up this launch, so it goes even faster. Well, even though the cannonball is moving really, really fast, it still has to be falling down towards the planet, so it's still in free fall, and eventually it will hit the ground because it just isn't fast enough. But if we shot it even faster, well, now it's going to go even a greater distance before it eventually falls down and hits the ground. But here's where it gets interesting. There's some speed where if you shoot it just fast enough, this happens, and it will maintain a circular orbit. So basically,
Right. It's in a constant state of free fall. It's going just fast enough to keep it from hitting the ground.
nobody can keep their story straight because it's impossible with this fairy tale of this realm. It's the
Listen to this dumb fuck. He can't even talk right. He can't even fucking talk right.
biggest fairy tale that's ever been told. The same people that tell you that the Earth is a ball chasing the sun, orbiting the sun, are the same peoples that are pouring fluoride in our water.
Right. That has absolutely nothing to do with each other. I've got it. I've got it. Where is it? Where did I put it?
It is constantly. I told
That's not it.
What if I,
That's not it.
without it?
Jesus. He's a guy. He has the most slappable face, most punchable face on the internet. So yeah, here it is. We'll go through these. We'll go through it. Is that it? 4 minutes and 31 seconds of it? A 4-part mini-series. Well, where are the other parts? I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Well, that's part 4.
Well, hi everyone. This is
That's 8 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Yeah. Yeah, did you know this? I don't know if you've researched any of this, but yeah, you should be filtering your water, my man. My ladies. You gotta filter your water, because
You filter your water? What do you mean filter your water? Can you filter fluoride out of water? Not all filters remove fluoride. Standard carbon filters like Brita or Pure pitchers don't remove it, but specialized systems such as reverse osmosis, activated alumina, or distillation can remove 80% to 90% of fluoride. So, yeah. And does he realize that fluoride isn't bad for you in small amounts? Probably not.
yeah, you might end up with dementia and Alzheimer's. I don't know, but I'm just a guy on TikTok. So don't
Yes, you're a dumb fuck on TikTok.
trust me. I haven't gone to college for 10 years to learn all these things, so probably can't trust
It's pretty fucking obvious.
anything I say, huh?
No, yes, we can't trust anything you fucking say, you goofball. Put that there.
I'm not denying that satellites exist at
Yeah, you are.
all. I'm saying
Yes, you are. That right there is not a satellite. That's a weather balloon.
that they don't work as described to us by NASA and other
Yes, you are. You're absolutely saying they don't work.
space agencies. Satellites are like satelloons.
Right, those are balloons. They're not satellites, Caleb.
From my understanding, these satelloons can stay up in the air for about a year to 2 years, but everything that goes up must come down.
Right, yes, balloons come down, and there's no such thing as a satelloon.
Like, you seriously just think that there's hunks of metal the size of cars and things like that, tons of weight, and they're just floating in perfect orbit around the Earth, and some of
Yes, they are. It's called physics, stupid.
them
Hey, Karen.
taking pictures of galaxies quadrillions of miles away. Like, if satellites were up there.
So you're not denying that satellites are up there? See, you're denying it right now. See, you're proving yourself to be a fucking liar.
Why would Google satellites?
Because Google takes pictures of the Earth for Google Earth, you dumb fuck.
Or like towers. Here's your local satellite repairman.
No, that's not a satellite station, you dumb piece of fucking shit. That's a radio tower.
But I don't know if you're aware, but they say that they can track everything in low Earth orbit that's going 17,500 miles an hour, apparently.
Yeah, we can track those things.
And you just gotta see it for yourself. As you're watching this animation, because that's all this is, I want you to keep in mind that the Earth is apparently spinning, orbiting, and chasing the sun.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And you're showing satellites that are, I don't know, hundreds of miles wide. You think a satellite is hundreds of miles wide, you dumb fuck?
How is gravity deciding to keep these satellites orbiting the Earth at 17,500 miles an hour when we're told that
Like this.
Basically, what that means is
Like this, you stupid piece of shit.
gravity constantly pulls things towards center mass? Some of these satellites weigh more than cars. So why isn't gravity pulling
Yes, but the majority of them are about the size of a shoebox.
it back down? Like, genuinely, you've
They've always got to have this fucked up, stupid ass fucking copyright free music play in the background, don't they?
just gotta critically think. Like, all of this is just tagging along with the sun going 500k miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens. Fucking deal with it.
0.9 billion miles a year, 4.4, somewhere around there. And Polaris stays in the exact same spot. Time to wake up. Like, they've really got you guys just believing they've got technology to remote control a satellite from 365 mil.
Yeah, yes, all satellites require remote control. That's part of the law. Part of the law that the FAA has or FCC has put on satellites. You have to be able to deactivate them remotely. There's other rules, but yeah, it's exactly true, man.
Guys, satellites
But they don't steer them. They don't have engines on them.
aren't orbiting the Earth as much as Antarctica is in a continent. And this is for everybody that's been wanting pictures of the Antarctic wall. Here you go.
Right, that's the shore of Antarctica.
Also, just Google.
I mean, if Antarctica was an ice wall, when they went around it, they'd have to be turning right. Right? If they're going from west to east, that means they would have to be turning right all the time to go around it, and they don't do that. They go around it to the left.
Google satellites in space. Don't expect anything real. Seriously. But also, how are some satellites deciding to geostationarily orbit the Earth? That's right. They're claiming some satellites can stay over the same general piece of land as they orbit, and some satellites do geocentric orbits, polaral orbits. Like, how? Where's the...
No, there's no such thing as a polaro orbit. What the fuck is a polaro orbit? What is a polaro orbit? Polaro orbit. There's no such thing as a polaro orbit. A polar orbit is the type of satellite trajectory where satellites pass over or nearly above both poles of a body, such as Earth, the Moon, or another planet. So maybe you thought, maybe you meant polar orbit.
Engines, like, how are they deciding which way to go? If you're still on
The satellite doesn't decide that. The people that launch the satellite decide that. You're not smart at all, are you?
the verge, tipping over, is the Earth flat or is it a ball? All you have to do is check out these missions. My favorite one, Operation Fishbowl. They tried to blow up the firmament.
No, they didn't, you dumb fuck. No, they didn't. Let's see. Project Fishbowl. Operation Fishbowl nuclear tests were originally to be completed during the first half of 1962 with 3 tests named bluegill starfish and Eureka. The first attempt was delayed until June, planning for Operation Fishbowl as many other, all the tests were to be launched on missions from Johnson Island, the Pacific north of the equator. Research directions. Completed 6 high-altitude nuclear tests, but the high-altitude test of that year raised a number of questions. But no, they were just high-altitude nuclear tests. They weren't trying to blow up a fucking imaginary fucking dome. You dumb piece of shit.
Obviously, we're unsuccessful. God created it. You can't break the firmament.
God created it. No. See, there's no such thing as God.
If you weren't aware, they're
So God couldn't have created anything.
showing us the truth in the movies, TV shows, commercials, etc. And if you thought Flat Earth was any different, you're sadly mistaken. I'm going to showcase just a few examples of them showing you the firmament, Flat Earth. But before I do, follow my backup channel, linking it right here, and check my link tree for my Telegram channel I made yesterday. But enjoy.
Jesus fucking Christ, this guy. The Truman Show is a movie. It's not real life, dumb fuck. Jesus Christ.
Question to ask: flat or a ball?
Flat or a ball? What's that?
Well, I never feel as breaking round. If we live on a ball, surely we'd have to fly around it. Yeah, it feels like flat or a ball.
Flat, not a ball.
Yeah, pilots say that because they don't want to be bothered by you dumb motherfuckers. So they just tell you what you want to hear and then you go on your way. It prevents the pilot from having a conversation with crazy people.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
No.
No? What'd you see while we were up there?
Just the blue sky, white clouds.
Yeah, is it flat or
Pretty flat.
pretty flat?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty flat compared to a basketball.
Is the international...
So we've seen enough of this. Let's see. We've got
Well, hi everyone, this is Bob.
Bob Meets Caleb Part 4.
I just started here.
Bob Meets... See, here's Part 3.
Hi everyone, this is Bob. Hi everyone, this is Bob the Science Guy.
Here's Part 3. I'm guessing that this is Part 1. Here we can close these down. So here's Part 1, I'm guessing. Here's Part 3 and Part 4. Where's Part 2? So we need Part 2. And I don't see Part... Oh, here we go. There's Part 2.
Hi everyone.
So we'll go over this. That's Part 2. Got Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4.
Here on TikTok a little while ago. So,
Since Caleb is too much of a fucking coward to debate me.
Got any evidence for the Earth being spherical?
of course, I've measured it personally.
How do you measure it? How do you measure the sphericity of the Earth? How do we do that?
Well, let's see. Water's level, right?
Yep.
Great.
Water's
So
level.
if I have If I have something a certain distance above water on one side of a lake and the same distance above water on the other side of the lake, they both line up on an auto level, wouldn't they?
What?
What? Yeah, that pretty much sums you up.
Now, right off the bat, Kaleb tries to challenge me to provide
What?
evidence of Earth curvature,
What?
which I, of course, have done. And then he asked me how I did it. So I gave him a very simple measurement of Earth curvature. In this case, if you have a level lake and you have two objects on either side of that lake, one is a telescope that is set up to a horizontal at that point, and the other is a target at the exact same height as the telescope, the horizontal caused by the first object would intersect the second object on the other side of the lake. However, on a curved surface, if you set up a horizontal at the side of the telescope and set up a target on the opposite side of the lake at exactly the same height above lake level, that object will actually be below the horizontal line, and you would be able to measure the drop in curvature. See where I'm going with this? And as a result, what he's doing is asking me to repeat myself, to give him a moment to think.
What?
They would both be at the same horizontal if they were at the same height above lake level, wouldn't they be?
Is there an atmosphere, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
What does that atmosphere do?
Well, it would refract it a quarter of an inch up, but Earth curve would be 2 inches.
What are you talking about, a quarter of an inch? Where do you get a quarter of an inch, Bob?
Standard refraction?
Over how many miles?
Half a mile?
Half a mile.
Yep.
Okay. So do you want to give us like a thought experiment of where are we observing? The observer's at X. They're observing to Y. What's the difference? What's the distance between X and Y?
Half a mile.
Half a mile.
Yep.
You think you can deduce curvature over half a mile, Bob? Are you
Deduce? You mean measure? Deduce is not the right word.
genuinely
Deduce or actually measure?
deduce or measure?
Yes,
What
I
does
can measure it,
deduce
and I have measured
What
it.
does deduce mean, Bob? If you want to get semantical, we can do etymological fallacies.
Okay, so I've explained the experiment, and now rather than digest that explanation and go with it from there, he tries to play some word games with me. He may or may not have used the word deduce deliberately to try and get a correction out of me. Well, I did correct him. I said I didn't deduce it, I measured it. There's a difference between those two words. Then he simply tried to confabulate the words as if somehow I was wrong.
We're not going to do those. I'm
What? No,
discussing
My
measurements.
live, you're going to answer the question, Bob. What does deduce mean?
That means come to a logical conclusion based on evidence.
Could I use deduce or measure when talking in that sentence, in that format?
No.
I could use both, right?
Measure is actually collecting data. Deducing is what you do with the data.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It is connecting the dots on the data.
Now, this is a very typical tactic you'll see in
Hey, Tiny Captain, how you doing?
flat earth debates. They'll use a word and hope that you don't know the meaning of it and then try and grill you on the meaning of the word. And they will continue to do this until they find a word that you
Well, Karen, Bob's a square.
don't know. Now, the purpose of this is to make you look stupid in front of their audiences. However, when you do actually know the meaning of the words because you're a subject matter expert like I am and know their script better than they do, it doesn't really work and it actually blows up in their face. This is why Kaleb is starting to get very frustrated right now.
I actually measured the drop over half a mile, and it's 2 inches.
You measured, whoa. You measured the drop. Did you take in the fact that we see in curved visual space? What's the difference?
Curved visual space. No, see, our brain takes the curved visual space that we see in and straightens it out because that's what our brain does. But no, it's curved visual space.
What's
between
curved
hyperbolic
visual space?
geometry? Hold on.
See, if it was curved visual space, then we wouldn't see straight lines ever, Kaleb. All those lines would be curved. But we see straight lines, don't we?
Bob, what's the difference between hyperbolic geometry and Euclidean geometry?
Now, if you pass the test on the first word they use, they'll simply try and do it again. Now, in this case, I passed the difference between deduction and measurement. Now he's trying to question my knowledge about our vision and claiming that we see in hyperbolic geometry. We'll go ahead and touch on that in the next episode. I wonder if it'll work out any better for him.
So here's part
And
2.
this is Bob the Science Guy. Let's continue our fun little episode with Kaleb last night, the king of flurfs on TikTok. Now, as you may recall from our first episode, he was grilling me on how I measured the earth curve in my backyard. We played some word games. That kind of stumped him because I actually knew the answers to them. And now he's entering into his next word game.
Measure is actually collecting data. Deducing is what you do with the data.
Oh my gosh.
It is connecting the dots on the data.
Okay,
So
so
I
you-
actually
you-
measured the drop over half a mile, and it's 2 inches.
You measured. Whoa! You measured the drop. Did you take in the fact that we see in curved visual space? What's the difference
What's
between
curved visual
hyperbolic
space?
geometry? Hold on, Bob. What's the difference between hyperbolic geometry and Euclidean geometry?
Well, Euclidean geometry, of course, is plane geometry. Hyperbolic and spherical geometry deal with curved surfaces.
Now, just to clear a few things up, an example of Euclidean geometry is the surface of this lens cap. It's flat. Spherical geometry is the back of the bowl. It's curved. Hyperbolic geometry is the inside of the bowl. We see in hyperbolic geometry. Really? Okay. Then he tried to, again, play the definition game with me. This is, again, a classic flat earth technique. What is the definition of hyperbolic geometry? Well, I told him. And even though my answer, of course, was correct, he has to somehow say that it's wrong. Let's see how he does that.
How'd you take that into account, Bob? You can take a second, breathe. I can tell you're nervous. Take a second, breathe, dude.
I'm not nervous at all. So
I just
how
heard
do
you
you
go.
think? How do you think?
I can tell you're nervous. I can tell you're nervous. No, you can't. See, that's something that flat earthers say when they think that they're winning a debate. Oh, I could tell you're nervous. Nah, sorry, pal.
You see in spherical, in hyperbolic geometry.
How did you account for we
He asked you a fucking question, pal. Answer the question.
see in Euclidean or hyperbolic geometry, Bob?
Well, in this case, we're seeing in Euclidean because we're looking at straight lines.
Whoa. What are you using to see in Euclidean geometry?
Our fucking eyes, asshole. Use your eyes to see with. Maybe that's your problem. You don't know just that thing. You didn't know that we use our eyes?
You're trying to say that because my eyes are spherical, that
No,
somehow
Bob, very
makes my
simple, Bob.
vision
Focus.
spherical.
Yeah, one thing I don't think Kaleb understands is the difference between hyperbolic, spherical, and Euclidean geometry is not triangles, squares, and circles and lines. It's the surface that those are put upon. This is pretty typical of somebody trying to punch above their own intellect. You see, most flat earthers are used to just baffling people with word salad, such as saying Euclidean hyperbolic geometry, terms whose meaning they are clueless about, in the hope that their opponent is also equally as clueless, because that tries to confuse them and put them off their game. When you have an opponent that actually does know what these things are, it blows their mind and it just kind of causes them to die a little bit inside. Then what they generally do is double down. Let's see.
Bob, focus. What did you use to view in Euclidean geometry? What did you use?
I used an auto level.
An auto level, a total station?
An auto level. Do you
What's
know
an
the
auto
difference
level,
between
Bob?
an auto level and a
What's an
total
auto
station?
level? No, I don't. What's an auto level?
An auto level sets up a horizontal at a given point.
Since I'm looking at a cross section through a curved surface, this is all Euclidean geometry. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is that he started to project on me. He tried to tell me that I was nervous, that I needed to take a deep breath and calm down. I was as calm then as I am right now. Who is the one getting excited here? Who is the one that maybe needs...
That's one thing that sovereign citizens do. Sovereign citizens and frauditors, First Amendment frauditors, is they try and catch a cop like shaking. Say, oh, are you nervous? You must not know what you're doing. What a fucking clown. What the hell? Oh. Hold on. We went from horizontal video to Euclidean video. There, that's better. Move this up. Bring this down to here. Make this bigger. There we go. Actually, we can go leave it like that.
Needs to take a deep breath and collect his thoughts. It's not me.
Do you
What's
know
an
the
auto
difference
level,
between
Bob?
an auto level and a
What's an
total
auto
station?
level? No, I don't. What's an auto level?
He doesn't know the difference between the two, but he thinks he can argue it.
An auto level sets up a horizontal at a given
Hey, Hackerman.
point. So
Well,
it sets up a
very
line.
specific. What does it look like, Bob?
It sets up a line of sight that is perpendicular to the vertical at any given point where the station's set up.
Auto light, auto composition, telescope. Auto levels have telescope.
See, Kaleb is one of those adults who is still thinking with the attitude of, well, if I show the adults my half-chewed food in my mouth, it's gonna trigger them. That's the attitude that he comes to anything with.
Mounted. So did you have to look through the telescope on the auto level?
Yep.
Do your eyes see in Euclidean or hyperbolic geometry, Bob?
Euclidean.
Holy shit. You genuinely think our eyes see in Euclidean geometry, Bob?
Yes, because we see straight lines, dumb fuck. See, our brains sort everything out. See, our eyes are are spheres, but they're also projecting the image on the back of our eyeball, which is also curved. So, and then our brain says, okay, we need to compensate for this, so it shows us Euclidean geometry or Euclidean vision.
Okay, Bob, tell me, what
Do we see in fisheye, motherfucker?
is this?
Now, this is another classic technique. Even though I gave the correct answer, he's going to somehow imply that it was wrong and laughably wrong. And then he's going to demonstrate what he thinks hyperbolic eyesight means. Let's see.
You're going to have to walk that back.
I mean, does he have any idea what fucking hyperbolic vision is? Hyperbolic vision. This is hyperbolic vision, dipshit. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, this is hyperbolic vision.
Hi, my name is Henry Segerman. And I'm Saul Schleimer. The best way to represent the surface of the Earth is with a globe. However, flat maps are much more convenient. The most familiar map is the Mercator projection. Another less common map is stereographic projection.
All maps distort the sphere in some way. This is not an accident. It happens because the sphere is round, that is, it has positive curvature, while the Euclidean plane is flat, it has zero curvature.
The natural question is, what is a plane with negative curvature?
This question leads us to the Lobachevsky, or hyperbolic plane. One way to see a piece of the
We do not see in hyperbolic vision, you dumb motherfucker.
What is this, Bob?
That's perspective. That's an example of perspective in Euclidean geometry, you dumb fuck.
Does this look like Euclidean geometry or hyperbolic geometry?
Euclidean.
That's Euclidean.
Yeah.
See the straight lines? See all the straight lines? What a stupid fuck.
You think these
Of course, this is the same idiot who thinks that the Arc de Triomphe is a big fucking horseshoe magnet. Hey, La Short of Hansa. Shadow.
lines are straight, even though these lines are perfectly
That's going good.
straight on this walkway, they're coming to a point, and you think that's Euclidean.
That's called perspective. It doesn't have to do
Yeah.
with hyperbolic
It's
geometry.
very simple, Bob. We're trying to explain to you that we see in hyperbolic geometry.
That's not hyperbolic
Euclidean.
geometry.
I can send you plenty of papers talking about how we see in hyperbolic geometry, binocular space.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He thinks simple perspective is hyperbolic geometry. And more importantly, then he offers to send me quote-unquote papers.
That's a good pause face.
Flat earthers and science deniers in general, when they try to cite
Yes, we are watching Bob the Science Guy wreck Ku Klux Kaleb.
papers, generally what they'll do is they'll do a word search for a particular phrase that they're trying to promote. They'll find a paper that has that phrase in it, and then they'll go to the sentence that has the phrase. They won't read the paper, because even though the sentence in their mind supports their position, the paper itself does not.
Hyperbolic geometry.
Is this Euclidean? Just so I can actually let me.
Where'd you go?
Let's let this screen record start. Just give it 1 second. Bob, looks like Euclidean geometry or hyperbolic geometry?
That's Euclidean geometry.
Yo, perfect. Perfect clip, Bob. Thank you for that.
Now, for those of you that are getting a little confused without a scorecard, this is another technique that he's doing. Now, he's trying to imply that I'm wrong, and he's trying to intimidate me by
Hey, Lisa. Hey, Bob Nodell's gyroscope.
doing a screen recording of me giving the answer that I just gave. And some people that don't understand this very well, they may begin to question their answer and try and change it a little bit, in which case he'll point out the change. I was sure of my answer, so I gave the same one. So he can record me giving correct answers all he wishes, because I'm recording too. This is Bob the Science Guy. Follow me for more. And we're going to continue.
And here's part 3.
Continue to discuss my conversation with Kaleb to learn about the techniques that science denial uses. And
Yes, he's a stinking Michigan State fan. Yes. Here's a joke. How do you get to Ann Arbor, Michigan from Ohio State campus?
and how to deal with a debate with a flat earther. Now, after he's demonstrated his serious misunderstanding of optics and hand-waved off my measurement of Earth curve, let's see where he goes now.
How did you use an auto level to deduce curvature over half a mile?
Well, the auto level sets up horizontal at one point, and then I can use it to measure that horizontal on the other side of the lake.
The answer is north till you smell it, west till you step in it.
You have certain things that you have to take into account, such as standard refraction and operator error, etc. But you can look at two objects that are exactly the same height above lake level. On a flat surface, they would be in the crosshairs of the auto level. On a curved surface, like the Earth, the far side would be lower than the near side.
Oh, dang, that would have been funny. Yeah, no, you're not. First of all, we can't really have the conversation because you don't understand Euclidean geometry and hyperbolic.
We can't really have the conversation because Bob doesn't understand Euclidean geometry. Sure.
Geometry, I can tell.
Sounds like he's trying to run away.
Based on your answer of point perspective,
Run,
saying
Caleb.
that it's Euclidean.
That's the smartest thing you can do right now. You're
Yeah, run away, Caleb.
kind of outclassed right now.
I'm definitely not outclassed by you. You got any better arguments that you can actually understand?
Yeah, the angles to Polaris match latitude only on a spherical Earth. Impossible to match all the latitudes with all the angles to Polaris on a flat Earth. That's impossible. The relationship between angle and distance from Is that better? That's better. But yeah, we got a lot of good arguments. What arguments do you have, Caleb?
Oh, I understand them all.
What evidence do you have, Caleb? Not one fucking thing, I'll bet.
What argument do you have for
What's your next best argument that the Earth's a ball? Please, next best.
Oh,
There's still Michigan. My dad was a red shirt usher at every home game on Ohio State at the Horseshoe from 1976 till the day he fucking died. Yeah, he was a hardcore Ohio State fan.
well, how many different ways would you like me to measure the curve?
I remember walking through Ohio State campus when they won the Rose Bowl back in the 80s, late 70s, something like that. Fucking Ohio State campus, every dumpster was on fire. It was hilarious.
Curve and size of the
Bob, if
the Earth.
you've been auto level and you saw this from a 1 foot observer height, would you still assume that the Earth's a ball?
Yeah. You know why?
Wow.
Where's the horizon there?
Yeah, where's the horizon, Caleb?
Bob.
See, on the day one zoom footage, this line right here, the horizon line right here, lined up with the horizon line with this one. But since we have massive refraction, that horizon line shifts.
I know QE is your fourth daddy, but go ahead and tell me where the horizon is, because that's from QE.
And I don't live in Ohio anymore, so the whole thing's funny to me. But hey, Moxie. But yeah, Ohio State is a great football team. University of Michigan is a great football team. The Spartans are a great football team. Yeah, I treat the whole thing with humor. Hey, Lindsay. So yeah, it's just funny. It's nothing to be taken seriously.
I know McToon's your globe daddy.
No,
What? McToon is his globe daddy? Bob the Science Guy's been doing this long before MC Toon came on the scene, motherfucker.
Your videos, they're like so unbearable.
All right.
So how do you measure curvature?
Let's look at these two oil rigs.
Hold on, Bob. Chill. Stop screaming. You will get kicked. The next time you just scream, you're gonna get kicked. Okay?
He's not screaming.
Kick me now.
Or we can have this good conversation where we can demonstrate how illogical you are and unsmart you are. So right. Bob, this was from a 1 foot observer height, where we're observing a platform at 9.41 miles, necessitating that the Earth's curvature in the former radius be over 200,000 miles. Did you know?
So Nathan Oakley is your flurf daddy. Nathan Oakley, quantum eraser. Hey, my Dixie Wrecked, what's up?
How'd you do that math?
From a 1 foot observer height, should we see 9.41 miles, Bob?
Do the math for me.
Caleb, you were just saying that we have atmosphere, right? So, see, these numbers deny atmosphere. So you're just proving how fucking ridiculous you are.
Tell me how the radius comes out to 240,000 miles.
I'm not doing math with you right now, Bob.
Roll Tide.
Of course. Well, the horizon there, first of all, is between the shore and the oil rigs. Second of all, you can clearly see
the shoreline is where? Where exactly?
Okay, so when my measurement of Earth curve totally destroyed his argument, he immediately just hand waved it off and moved on to his next one. Well, what's another way you can measure Earth curve? All right, so there's 5 or 6 different ways that I could easily do. But now he wants to talk about QE's black swan. Now, what he doesn't realize is that I have thoroughly analyzed this image, and I actually have a couple of hours worth of video on it. I know this image far better than he does. Now, obviously, I've heard this claim that the black swan means that the Earth's radius has to be at least 240,000 miles. Well, a couple of problems that you run into with that. First of all, how on earth did they ever come up with that? Because I don't...
They came up with that because QE is a dumb fuck. But see, Bob, you always miss the fact that when QE says the new radius is 24,000 or 240,000 miles, he's saying the new radius, meaning there is a radius.
I don't think any of them can do the math to do it. And second of all, if the radius of the Earth is 240,000 miles, it's still a radius.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Never mind.
The Earth is still a sphere. It doesn't mean it's flat.
The shoreline is where? Where exactly?
Where the photographer is.
Now, he's used this technique many times before. You see how I started to say something, then he immediately cut me off and tried to change the subject to something else, some sort of a gotcha he was looking for? What I was pointing out is if you look at that oil rig carefully, the one on the right, you'll see underneath it in the leg area, there is a catwalk. That's called the boat deck. That catwalk is some 15 to 20 feet above the water. Now look at the oil rig on the left. Where's that catwalk? It's hidden by the curve of the Earth, even though that is a badly refracted image, and you're seeing a false horizon behind it.
The shoreline's where the photographer is? Where's the horizon?
About 2.4 miles out.
But we're seeing 9 miles.
You're seeing horizon, and then you're seeing objects that are beyond the horizon. You're seeing the tops of them.
What? How? How are we seeing this far? How are we seeing this far, Bob?
The same.
How far
Jeez, you
should
think
we-
you can't see
let's
9
get on the
miles?
same level. How far should we see from a 6-foot observer height on a ball?
About 3 miles. That's where the
Okay.
horizon
So
will
we're
be.
seeing-
However,
Hold on.
something
We're
is-
seeing 1 foot,
Yeah.
9 miles.
yeah, those
See the problem here?
you see the helicopter pads there? They're over 90 feet above the water. Why wouldn't
You
you
think
see
these
them?
are helicopter pads, Bob?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
These are oil rigs, dude.
Now, characteristic number 4 of science
Right, and those oil rigs have a helicopter pad on them, dumb fuck.
denial is poor scientific reasoning and logic. Now, here's a good example of it. He seems
To tell you the truth, I haven't watched a college football game in years.
to think that once you're at the horizon, everything that's further than that is somehow invisible. He's not taking into account that if you have a tall object beyond the horizon, you'll see the top of that object, you just won't see the bottom of it because it's past the horizon. This is a concept that seems rather foreign to him, which absolutely amazes me because I think most of us figured this out by about the time we were 5. So his entire argument is that because it's beyond the horizon, we shouldn't see it. Now, when I bring this up to him, notice how quickly he tries to turn it back on me.
You see the helipads on the oil rigs.
You think they're helicopter pads? Oh my gosh. How long have you been in this debate?
5 years, and they're helipads because they're actually FAA designated helipads. That's
These
how
are
they get.
oil rigs, Bob.
This has got to be the most mind-numbing argument.
Let's see. Oil rig. Let's look at a picture of oil rigs. Let's look at pictures of oil rigs. Here's one. See what that H is? See that? See that, dumb fuck? See that H right there? You know what H stands for, you ignorant dumb fuck? I'll give you one fucking guess.
That he's made so far. He does not comprehend the idea that, yes, indeed,
That whole platform right there is a fucking helipad.
they're oil rigs. And on top of the oil rigs, there are helipads. Those helipads have FAA designations. Now, they're there for medical evacuation, emergency resupply, things like that. Now, yes, this structure is an oil rig, and it has a helipad on top of it. So when I refer to the helipad, obviously, I'm referring to the helipad portion of the oil rig. Why he thinks this is a point is absolutely mind-boggling to me.
Can an oil rig have a helipad on it, Caleb?
Possibly, but we don't
Okay,
address them
these
as
do.
helipads. They're called oil rigs.
These do have helipads on them, and they are 90 feet above the water. Why wouldn't you see those from 8 miles?
Because we're only supposed to be seeing 3 miles from a 6-foot observer height.
What? You can only see 6 miles from a what? What about stars? What about stars that are way beyond them? Are those further than 3 miles out?
That's to the horizon. That's 0 feet at the horizon. We can
Bob.
see the 3 miles.
Chill, Bob, chill. Is the horizon apparent or geometric, Bob?
It's both. It's both. It's geometric and it's apparent.
Both. There are both types of horizons. However, we see the apparent horizon.
Yeah, so we never see the geometric horizon.
So after I just crushed his stupidity,
Yes, we do see the geometric horizon in the place where refraction allows us to see it, Caleb.
by claiming that they're oil rigs, not helipads, even though they have helipads on them, and that's what I'm referring to. Now he's trying to change the subject to get out of this hole that he's just dug himself into. Well, I need to take a little break after that one, because that was really mind-numbing dumb. Now, in our next episode, we're going to start talking about his next subject that he went into after I crushed him on this one, and that is the question of horizons. So until then, this is Bob the Science Guy. Follow
This is part 4.
Bob the Science Guy. Today I'm continuing my series on how to deal with debates with science deniers and flat earthers with my discussion with Caleb. So let's continue on and discuss the different horizons.
Because we're only supposed to be seeing 3 miles from a 6-foot observer height.
That's to the horizon. It is not
The horizon
objects that are
geometric or
higher
apparent,
than.
Bob?
That's
Is
0
horizon-
feet at the horizon. We can see
Bob.
to 3 miles.
Chill, Bob, chill. Is the horizon apparent or geometric, Bob?
Both. There are both types of horizons. However, we see the apparent horizon.
Yeah, so we never see the geometric horizon. So how
Correct.
can you say that it's both?
Well, there is a geometric horizon, and then
Because the apparent horizon is the optical horizon, and you can't have an optical horizon without a geometric horizon to reflect the water, reflect the light back to your eyes, you dumb fuck.
there's a
How do we
apparent
know?
horizon, which is
No,
always
don't
longer
just
than the
repeat your script.
geometric.
Don't just repeat the script. How do we know there's a geometric horizon if we never see it? How do we know, Bob?
Because the Earth's been measured as spherical for over 2,000 years, stupid. That's how we know.
Help me.
Mathematically. That's what a
Mathematically.
geometric
Does
horizon
mathematics
is.
describe or explain, Bob?
Both. Actually, mathematics proves things. Just doesn't describe or explain them. It proves them.
Describe.
Okay, there we go. So it doesn't explain where the geometric horizon is at all. It only describes. We have to use science. So how do
it
we use
describes
science
the
to-
geometric
No,
horizon.
Bob,
That's
I'm in
what
the
you
middle of a
asked me.
sentence.
Now, you may recall from the first episode, Caleb tried to use the word deduce and measure interchangeably. Now he's talking about describe versus explain. The mathematics describe the location of the geometric horizon. There's no explanation needed. It's simply a geometric fact.
Okay, there we go. So it doesn't explain where the geometric horizon is at all. It only describes. We have to use science. So how do
it
we use
describes
science
the
to-
geometric
No,
horizon.
Bob, I
That's
was in
what
the
you
middle of a
asked me.
sentence. Dude, Bob, I was in the middle of talking. How do we use science to prove there's a geometric curvature, Bob?
We describe it mathematically.
That didn't answer the question. How do we use science to prove there is a geometric curvature, Bob?
By using mathematics to measure it, which has been done thousands and thousands of times.
Don't use math.
Well, how do you not use math in science?
You can do apparatuses and experiments.
How would you measure to something that you cannot see because of refraction in the atmosphere?
Oh, that's your problem, not mine. I'm not saying
not
there's
my
a
problem at
geometric
all.
curvature. So that's actually your burden of proof. So do you want to try?
Well, you just measure the diameter of the sphere, and that tells you where.
How do you measure the diameter of the sphere of
There's
the Earth?
5, 6
Do that.
WGS 84,
different ways.
Do it. Do one.
the angles to Polaris, WGS 84,
Don't just say there's 5 or 6. Do
Okay.
one, Bob.
GPS.
Well, let's just kind of go down a couple of them. Let's look at optical measurements. How about
No, do one.
Eratosthenes and Al-Biruni?
Do one.
All right, let's do another measurement, and that is use the odometer on your car to measure the distance between 2 points on the Earth. You will find that matches a great circle point, and you can calculate or great circle distance.
Stop. Did you
Go
just
ahead
say
and record
drive
it, kid.
from one point to another point
Yes.
and read your odometer?
Yep.
Now, this is a little sophisticated for Caleb, but let me go ahead and tell the rest.
It's another technique that these idiots use. Bev uses that a lot. You'll say something and he'll ask you a question by just repeating what you just said, thinking that it's supposed to make them look like they know what they're talking, but you sort of slipped up in your speech.
Rest of you how this is done. On a flat plane, such as a flat Earth, if you took 2 locations on that, say New York and Los Angeles, and you created a triangle between New York, Los Angeles, and the North Pole, you would have a solvable triangle. You know the distance from each city to the North Pole, that's 60 nautical miles per degree, and you know the angle at the North Pole because that is the difference in longitude between the 2 cities. Using the law of cosines, you can then solve for that third leg of the triangle, which is the distance between Los Angeles and New York. Now you can compare that to the great circle distance on a sphere. Now, on a flat Earth, you would be able to predict that distance, and you could measure that with your car odometer. If you did not get that, you could take that odometer reading, and you could actually use it to calculate the radius of the sphere that great circle distance covered.
How does that tell us that the Earth's surface is curved, Bob?
Well, it matches a great circle, and you use the Haversine formula to calculate the radius of that circle.
How do you know it matches a great circle?
Because it's not a planar distance based on triangles.
What do you mean a planar distance?
See, he just keeps asking him. He just keeps repeating the last few words he says. That's what I call Brian Griffin dumb.
Do you know what a triangle is?
If I drive from Nevada, from one side of Nevada to Utah, how do you decipher whether it's planar or spherical or a great circle? How do we decipher that?
Okay, well, you take the coordinate that you started in Nevada, and you take the coordinate that you finished in Utah. You take your odometer reading, you apply the Haversine formula, and you calculate the radius.
What's the Haversine formula?
The Haversine formula.
So wait, hold on. Does the Haversine formula have the radius or circumference baked into it?
The Haversine formula includes distance, latitude and longitude, and radius. And depending on what you put into it, you can solve for the remaining term.
Spell Haversine.
Yeah, he's interrupting. What did he say about interrupting?
Now, this demonstrates Caleb's basic misunderstanding of mathematics. Now, most people that have made it through the 8th grade had a little introduction to algebra. So, for example, with the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If you have the two sides, you can solve for the hypotenuse. If you have the hypotenuse in one side, you can solve for the other side. It just has to do with what variable you're trying to solve for. As long as you have all the other variables, you can solve for that variable. So in the case of the Haversine formula, the way that it is traditionally used is you take your starting coordinates, your ending coordinates, and then you use the Haversine formula to calculate the distance between the 2 points. And that Haversine formula does include the radius of the Earth. However, what if you have the 2 points and you have the actual distance between them? You can use the Haversine formula, just rearrange it a little bit, and solve for the radius. That's what I'm referring to here. He simply can't comprehend the mathematics behind that substitution where you're solving for a different variable. Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out too is he doesn't know what the Haversine formula is. He had to ask me how to spell it, and then he's looking it up, trying desperately to figure out what I'm even talking about. However, as soon as he does look it up, he not only misstates the Haversine formula, he's suddenly an expert on it and knows more about it than I do.
Haversine, Haversine.
Okay, let's see.
So normally the way you would use the Haversine is you'd put the radius of the Earth in and the coordinates, and it would tell you the distance between the 2 points. However, if you have the distance between the 2 points and the coordinates, you can use it to calculate the radius.
Dude, the formulation of the Haversine, dude, it has the radius baked into it, Bob. You're just assuming the Earth has a specific radius without proving. How do we prove the radius of the Earth?
So Caleb, see if you can follow this.
Bob, stop. You will get kicked and you'll stop making money.
See,
this quick.
I'm not making money now, so I don't really care.
Bob, stop. Bob.
Let's see if you can do basic.
You're gone. You're gone. I don't care. I'm going to scream over you. I don't care. Let's try to find a more normal guess.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you take down a flat earther.
Yep.
Notice that he got so frustrated at the end because I was making him look really stupid that he ended up kicking me off the show. Now, a couple of things you should note, Caleb, because I'm talking to you now. While you were talking to me, you had 1,300 viewers. As soon as I left, you dropped down to 600. I gained...
Whoa! That's a lot. Man, he got ratioed. He got ratioed in real fucking time.
Quite a few new followers, and I got a lot of messages from the people in your audience. Now, here's something that you need to understand. The vast majority of people in your audience are there to watch you make a fool of yourself. And I just helped you out with that. So just remember, Caleb, people are not laughing with you. They're laughing at you. Have a good night, everyone. This is Bob the Science Guy. Thank you very much for tuning into this short little series. I had a lot of fun making it. And my 15 minutes with Caleb was, as you can see, quite productive. Take care, guys.
Wow. So yeah, he's a dumb fuck. He is a very, very dumb fuck. So anyway, that's all I have for you. Thought we'd go over this dumb asshole. And he criticized Bob. I'd have to go to his videos to find it, and I probably couldn't find it real quick. But he criticized Bob for having a high forehead. Look at this thing. You could land a jet on this thing. See see Bob has a high forehead because he's old and he's losing his hair. What's your fucking excuse, asshole? Yes, room temperature IQ. Absolutely. He appears to me as a kid who's still living in his mother's house, and he does this just to keep out of her way. He looks like a soft product of the fucking suburbs is what he appears to be. So anyway, and he's never been open hand bitch slapped because he said something stupid before. That's obvious. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later. Drop a message to me in Discord if you'd like to own Tarkov and play it, because I'm willing to buy the game for anyone who wants to partner up with me. So thanks for watching. I can probably put my Discord link in. I don't know if it's in the description or not. And here we go. That should work. All right. Thanks later. Thanks later, guys.